So the final 48 hours before a marathon can either be really good or really bad. It can either really help contribute the race day going really great, or it can likely hinder race day. And a lot of athletes in that final 48 hours can really allow tension, anxiety, stress get the better of them and fall apart. I've done that multiple times. I've allowed the event to become bigger than it needed to be. And so the framework for Dublin Marathon, which is in, now less than 48 hours, is it's just another Sunday. You're going to do what you always do on a Sunday if you're likely a, middle, long distance athlete, or you run marathons. On a Sunday, you do a long run. It just so happens that this Sunday, you're going to do it in a different location than normal. They're going to close down maybe the city for that specific day, and you get to go out there and express yourself and do what you do best. The real key to that final 48 hours is not taken away from race day, and all the decisions you're making are just about helping race day. Don't try to prove fitness. Don't try to test fitness. Don't trial new things. If you were going to trial new things, implement new things, you have to practice it in the training build-up and not in that final 48 hours. So today, I'm going to do some stretching, because I always do some stretching. I'm going to do a bit of a run, nothing crazy. It'll be 5 miles. When we talked about tapering, and I did that video on tapering, you're taking away volume, you're taking away frequency of training, so you're not running as much, you're maybe not doubling like you usually do, but I still keep some intensity, and so it's not going to be an easy jog. It'll be in that sort of like steady range, and it'll probably be like 5:50 per mile, 6 minutes. I've picked a route that I know there's not lots of traffic, there's not curbs to go up and down, there's not, like, as an American say, sidewalks that I've got to cross, or busy roads, or footpaths, whatever you want to, call it. But it's just a case of running somewhere that I know I'll be free to run without interruption. There's no risk of hurting myself or upsetting my rhythm because of car, dog, people, congestion. Because what you don't want in those final 48 hours is to step off a curb the wrong way and roll your ankle. You don't want to have to dodge traffic, or you might be a bit stressed, you might be a bit anxious, suddenly a car comes out, you get all panicked, you hurt something. You don't need that. So I pick somewhere to run that I know I'm not going to face any interruptions. I'll do a bit of a run, then I'll do some of my sort of like drills and activation stuff in the running school that I built, joggingroom.com. And throughout all this YouTube material, there's lots of information on that, and that's something during race week that if you don't manage it well, which is muscle tension, and you don't keep those muscles in a position that they're able to be good to you, give energy back, respond when you hit that tarmac bounce. Well, if you allow your muscles race week to get into what's known as a soft state, you end up performing poorly because you feel flat, you feel heavy. So I'll do some of those drills, I'll do some of that activation stuff, and then I'll do some strides in my race day shoes, and that's when you're starting to get in that headspace of, now we can start to visualize race day. Now we can start to visualize, how's it going to go, what's my goals, how am I going to go about achieving those goals. I've been on quite a journey, even just in the last 5 to 6 weeks. Some of my YouTube material it's not scripted, but it's planned in a way to try to help, to try to educate. But you guys know, if you follow my channel, that there's also moments where I've just been me, and I've just spoken from the heart, whether that's emotional, whether it's, intense, but I think Dublin is an opportunity. This next marathon, it's just another Sunday, but it's an opportunity to show some of the hard work, show some of the discipline and probably dedication over so many years. But it's so much more than running or speed or position on a podium. I woke up this morning, I went downstairs, made a coffee, And for a change, instead of opening up the laptop or opening up the iPad and going on YouTube, or, you know, I just sat and watched Frasier, it's called, if you watch that show. And honestly, I almost cried with excitement for this race, because it reminded me that's what my morning routine used to be. And I used to wake up, you know, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and I've been a runner for a long time, and I was at university, and I'd make a big cup of tea, and I'd watch House of Frasier, and then 2.5 Men would be on, and I'd just sit and feel so chilled, so relaxed. And somewhere in the last 10 to 15 years, it's like everything got, you know, super serious, and there's expectations grow. I put expectations on myself. I put stress and pressure on myself. Things like Olympics, things like sub 2:10 for marathons, and suddenly you stop just enjoying the process of what running actually is, you know. And running, it's my job, you know. I'm a professional athlete. It's sport, but it's just one foot in front of the other. And some days you're quicker than others at that, and other days you're not. And I built all this pressure and all this stress, and then was really struggling to manage that. And so in some of my previous videos, you know, you've seen these moments of just pure breakdown, mental breakdown, where everything in life got a bit too much for me. And I realized that running for me was never about speed. It was never about trophies. It was never about money. It was just something that I could really apply myself to. And the last 6 weeks, hardest 6 weeks of training that I've, you know, probably ever done. But it was so little about running, and it was all about finding, just to be really quite proud of myself. And I am really, really proud of myself for everything that I've, you know, done, not just in the last 6 weeks, but done in life. And I took myself up this mountain, and you always think it's altitude camp for this next race, or it's all this training so that in this next race you can run super fast. But Sunday's just another Sunday, you know. In less than 48 hours, the gun will go, you know, in the Dublin Marathon, and I'll do what I do most Sundays, and I'll go out there and I'll push, and I'll run up hills at the, you know, the speed that hopefully my body allows for a race day. But this whole chapter in my life, you know, known as runner or the professional runner, it's not really about running, and it's just been about applying myself as best I can in this disciplined way. You know, I watched something lately, and I think it was Conor McGregor, and Think What You Want. I really liked Conor back in the day of discipline, hard work, all this, and times change. This is not about Conor, but he said, you know, I set my alarm to get up at a certain time to go training. I didn't get up at that time. I planned to eat a certain dinner because it was healthy. I didn't eat that dinner. I ate the unhealthy dinner. And you kind of get the point, you know, like I, over the last 6 weeks, made this plan, this could create a really good result. This plan here, that's applying yourself. That's getting stuck into the training. And for once, I really stuck to it. And like I said, the kind of like offspring of that, or what that created, was sure, really good fitness, really good paces in training, really good confidence. But more than anything, it made me really, really proud of myself, that I could go to bed at night and just be like, you did that, you know, you well done today, that was awesome. And sure, some days were tougher staying up the mountain, sure, some days were hard work, and I was tired from that hard work, but there was less superficial happiness or less short-term happiness. You know, if you order that Chinese, if you drink that alcohol, if you eat that cake when maybe you know you shouldn't, or you order that pizza and you eat that unhealthy meal, that creates this like short-term little burst of happiness. But what I gained over this last 5-6 weeks building for, you know, Dublin Marathon was pride, you know, discipline. You know, I started really, it sounds horrible, but like I just really loved myself again, because I showed myself that I'm capable of, when I set my, you know, my eyes on something, I set this goal, that I can really stick to it, and I'm disciplined in that process, I'm patient in that process, and I just show up every day and work as hard as I can, no matter the circumstances, no matter what life threw at me. And so it built, you know, this amazing fitness that I'm really excited to go test on Sunday. But it is just another Sunday. And I mean, if I win on Sunday or I podium, or remember that win isn't just first place. If I have a good run, if I have a solid run, if I get close to a personal best, you know, if I finish top 5, top 3, these are all victories. Winning isn't just the winner, the guy on top of the podium. You can win if you make it relative to your goals or where you're at. But if I win on Monday morning, I'm still Stephen Scullion, you know. Monday afternoon, I'm still just this, you know, what's becoming an old fart that runs and uploads videos to YouTube. I'm still the same human. I might have achieved something different, but it's the same if I lose or I don't hit my goal or I don't meet those expectations. You know, I'm still me. I'm still Stephen Scullion, and the event doesn't define if I'm allowed to be happy on Sunday or not. The event or the outcome of the event does not define whether you're worthy or whether you deserve happiness, joy, good feeling, proud of yourself. You get to decide long before the gun goes in life, if you're applying yourself to what you're doing, well, you deserve all the happiness in the world. And don't allow events to become bigger than they are. They're not a part of you. And so if it doesn't necessarily go the way you want, all that matters is what you do next. Reapply yourself, try again, learn. If it's something you enjoy doing, well, go for it, try again. Don't let it define you in a way that you then give up, or you feel this sense of, I don't deserve to be happy today, I don't deserve to be proud of myself. That is fucking bollocks. I've been on this amazing journey, learned so much. Sunday, it's just another Sunday. I hope I run maybe faster than other Sundays. I hope after all that hard work and training, as I execute and as I go through the process of racing, don't get me wrong, I would really like for that to be a good day. I would like to finish high up. I'm excited, I'm ready to work hard, but it's just another Sunday. So look, thanks so much for, you know, following this journey. I thought it would be right to upload something before because everybody's been following this journey. But now it's time to focus on Dublin Marathon. Get down to Dublin, do one of those long runs that I do every Sunday, but work my pants off and hopefully run a bit quicker than everybody else in the field, and maybe it'll go, you know, how I'd really like it to. But look, just another Sunday. Focus on the process, not the outcome. Thanks for checking out the running school. It's been 1 year since I started that running school. I get so many lovely messages, and you know how much it helped people, personal best, changed people's lives, made them, you know, learn to be happier, proud of themselves. But check that out if you like, and take care.